I'm Andy, I'm the student ministry pastor at Spanish River, and I wanted to start a little blog that the idea is that we spend 2 minutes with Jesus. We take a little Bible passage and we look at who Jesus is and what he's done, because what we find in the Bible is that as people interact with Jesus, their lives are changed. And there's a story in Luke chapter 7 about a man that he's called the Centurion. We don't know his name. A centurion's a name for a Roman officer in the military. He oversees 100 people. Centurion, you get the idea. He has 100 guys who oversee him. And we pick up the story in which his servant is really sick, like near death, about to die, and this guy sends for Jesus. Having heard about Jesus and what he's done, he sends for him. He sends his Jewish elders. They go and they say, Jesus, you need to come. This is a very important guy. His servant's really sick. Can you come heal him? And so Jesus begins to walk. As he gets close to the house, the centurion's friends come out to meet Jesus. They say the centurion doesn't even believe that you're worthy to be in his home, that he can't even be in your presence. But he wants you to know this. And they begin to talk about the centurion. They say, he knows this, that when he talks and when he says something to people, they do it. When he says go, they go. When he says come, they come. He has power and authority over the people that he rules over, and they listen to him. And Jesus stops and he says this in response. When Jesus heard these things, he marveled at him, and turning to the crowd that followed him, he said, I tell you, not even in Israel have I found such faith. And when those who had been sent returned to the house, they found the servant well. Here's what happens. Jesus recognizes this man's faith. This man had faith in Jesus' authority. He likens his authority as a military officer to the authority that Jesus has over everything. He recognized that Jesus could oversee sickness and death even in his servant. And so he asks Jesus to heal him, and he does just that. But he does it because of the faith of the centurion. The faith that this man has that Jesus can do what he says he can do. We know that this is true because of what Jesus does when he's on this earth and living a perfect life and dying in the place that I deserve, dying the death that I deserve, taking the punishment for my sin. And so now I can have faith. Faith that Jesus can do amazing things. And so my question for you is this. But what's going on in your world? Where are you sick? Where are you hurting? What is it that you maybe don't have the faith that Jesus can really change? Maybe it's a situation with a friend. Maybe it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend that broke up with you. Whatever it is, do you have the faith that Jesus really has the authority and really has the power to change it? This story shows us that Jesus does, and Jesus showed us with his life and his death. And so we believe that he has the authority and the power to change our world. So I invite you, if you get a minute, to go back, read Luke chapter 7, verse 1 through 10, and read about what Jesus does in the life of a centurion.